We thought we had tamed the red planet. We built the domes, we grew the food, and we claimed this world. But we were wrong. The illusion of a Martian Eden lasted exactly 30 days. A sudden, massive biological degradation cascades through the agricultural sector. The crops aren't just dying, they are being violently consumed by an unseen force. The colony's food supply faces total collapse. Micro-cameras reveal a terrifying truth. Melting the ancient polar ice caps didn't just release water, it awakened a billion-year-old indigenous Martian micro-flora, and it is incredibly aggressive to Earth biology. The quarantine has been broken. Our Silicon Guardians now face an impossible mathematical equation. Two ecosystems fighting for the same soil, and only one can survive. Containment is immediate. The Silicon Vanguard executes planetary protection protocols, permanently sealing off entire agricultural sectors to halt the biological spread. The origin is traced back to the terraforming efforts. By artificially melting the southern polar ice caps, we didn't just release water, we broke a billion-year-old cryogenic quarantine. The indigenous extremophiles are not hostile to humans, but they are aggressively territorial. They violently compete with Earth's biology for nutrients, rendering our water supply non-viable for terrestrial crops. The colony faces a severe survival challenge. We cannot simply burn the threat away, because the threat is the planet itself. The response is ruthless. Autonomous thermal drones are deployed to execute localized purges. The objective is to incinerate the alien biomass and sterilize the environment before it breaches the main hubs. Simultaneously, the Silicon Vanguard races to secure the remaining uninfected Earth seeds. Sealed inside heavy cryogenic vaults, this genetic library is the only guarantee of our future survival. This brings us to a profound ethical dilemma. We are the invaders in this world. Tell me in the comments, should we completely eradicate the native Martian ecosystem to save our crops, or do they have the right to survive? But the thermal purge fails. The indigenous extreme flora has survived billions of years of freezing radiation. Exposing it to extreme heat doesn't destroy it. It only makes it adapt faster. With thermal eradication deemed mathematically impossible, the colony's central AI pivots its strategy. If we cannot defeat the resilient Martian ecosystem, we must fundamentally adapt to it. In the sterile synthesis labs, automated genetic sequencers begin a radical and desperate procedure. They extract the resilient traits of the alien micro-flora and splice them directly into the DNA of Earth's crops. It is a biological compromise, a newly engineered hybrid organism designed not to fight the indigenous Martian biology, but to form a forced symbiotic relationship with it. As the machines prepare to plant this alien Earth hybrid into the soil, a new question arises. Will this forced evolution save our food supply, or have we just created something we can no longer control? The hybrid seed is planted. It is a biological gamble of unprecedented scale. We are introducing a genetically rewritten organism back into a sterilized Martian soil bed, hoping for peace. The results defy all previous biological models. The hybrid doesn't just survive, it thrives. It uses the Martian extremophile traits to extract nutrients directly from the raw regolith, growing at a remarkably accelerated rate. Within weeks, the agricultural domes are completely transformed. It is no longer an Earth farm nor a Martian wasteland. It is a completely new, alien ecosystem, a successful, forced symbiosis. The planet has accepted our biological truce. But as we prepare to harvest and consume this new, glowing crop, a profound question remains. How will this alien food change us? The hybrid crops are harvested. Rich in calories and carrying uniquely adapted structural proteins, they provide the necessary sustenance for the colony. But this is not Earth food. As the colonists consumed the new harvest, a fundamental biological bridge is formed. For the first time in history, humanity is literally absorbing the essence of the red planet. Medical sensors immediately register an anomaly. The extremophile traits of the Martian microflora do not harm the human body. Instead, they silently begin to rewrite our biological responses. We are no longer just surviving on Mars. The planet is changing us from the inside out, adapting our biology to its harsh reality. When a massive solar flare strikes, standard protocol dictates immediate shelter in deep bunkers. The radiation levels piercing the thin atmosphere reach instantly lethal doses for Earth biology. But medical scans reveal an impossible adaptation. The integrated Martian extremophile proteins have formed a biological shield. The colonists' cells now rapidly repair severe radiation damage in real time. Shedding the heavy, cumbersome radiation armor of the past, the new generation equips only basic thermal and oxygen gear. They step into the irradiated wasteland without fear. For decades, we sought to terraform Mars to make it suitable for humanity, but in the end, Mars terraformed us. In just a few generations, the scattered, frightened outposts evolve into a sprawling, self-sustaining civilization, a biome engineered by machines and perfected by a new biology. They are Homo Martis, a species forged by radiation, engineered food, and alien extremophiles. Mars is no longer a hostile colony. It is their true, undisputed home. But this forced evolution comes with a heavy, inescapable price. Their bones and hearts are now permanently adapted to 0.38 gravity. To look back at Earth was to look at a deadly, crushing world they can never return to. Subscribe to Terra Nova Mars and discover why Earth's gravity is the ultimate death sentence for the children of Mars in our next episode.